It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm Dee, I'm a writer. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be more of a fun, kind of silly video because it's January 18th. It's almost 7 o'clock at night Eastern Standard Time, and TikTok's going to be going dark soon. And I'm sad about that. And I'm sure a lot of people are sad about that. A lot of people are sad about that. And so I set up the camera and I didn't really know what I was going to film. I know that I wanted to talk about fan fiction because fan fiction is one of my favorite things ever. It's one of the reasons that I developed a passion for writing. So I thought today we could make a character together for fan fiction. This is just gonna be me embarrassing myself in complete honesty because it's going to be for a video game, because you can write, I don't know if, like, some people might not know this, but you can write fan fiction about literally any type of media. Video game, TV show, book, movie, a fucking play, like you can write fan fiction about fucking anything. So we're writing fan fiction, or we're going to develop a character for a video game, Deep Space. Deep Space? It's not Deep Space. I keep referring to it as Deep Space. It's Dead Space. I recently rewatched Markiplier's, because I love Markiplier. If you need to know one thing about me, I love that man. I watched him play his Dead Space remake Let's Play, and then I went and downloaded all of the games onto my Xbox. I haven't played them yet because I'm horrible at combat games. So I'm going to have to turn it on like its easiest mode in order to play it, because I'm not really going to play it for the combat, I'm playing it for the story. Because if I'm going to make a character for this world, I need all of the lore possible. So let's get into it. I don't need all the lore right now to make a character for it. So one of the first things I like to do is come up with a name. I'm gonna go on Pinterest because I have a board filled with character names just for things like this. I was thinking of the name Mallory because I like it, but we're gonna see what other names I find that sound nice. I like saying them out loud, especially with a last name, because if I choose a name, if I choose a first name and a last name and it doesn't sound nice, I'm not going to use it. It has to sound nice out loud. I have so many characters from fanfic and they're all very near and dear to my heart. I have characters from Marvel fanfics, one of my favorite characters of all time that I've created. Her name is Andy Stark, and yeah, she's the little sister of Tony Stark. I love her. She's a badass. Her husband is Loki. So I really love fanfiction. Again, like I said, I like Mallory. I also like, let's see, when I originally started searching for names, I wanted something spacey. I wanted something that had to do with space or stars or the moon, but not Luna. Luna's too basic. I'm sorry to anyone whose name is Luna. I'm sorry. Luna's just like really overused, so I don't want to do that. There's Astris. Astris? I don't know if I'm saying that right. A-S-T-R-I-S. It's gonna be a woman, like it's gonna be a female main character that I'm going to make. But obviously I am good with using like any name, like gender's a social construct. I don't like assigning gender to names. I'm trying to decide if Mallory is a good one or not. Should I just look up girl baby names that have to do with space? This is another thing I do. We have Lyra, Celeste, Stella, Astra, Cassiopeia, that is a mouthful, Bellatrix, Aurora, Calypso, Juliet, Callisto, Bianca, Nova. I don't really like any of them. Another thing with me and names, the names that I pick, I have to be able to make a nickname out of it. So I talked about my Marvel character, Andy Stark. Her full name is Andromeda, but she is called Andy. So I like picking names specifically to give my character a nickname. So she's gonna need a nickname. So I need something that's good to make a nickname out of. I'm literally just picking a spacey name or looking for spacey names because it's Dead Space. Literally a space game. So if you don't know what Dead Space is about, if you know the Aliens movie franchise, it's kind of like that. So Isaac Clarke, our main character, is on a ship heading to the USG Ishimura, which is a space cracker for mining. And he is going with a, not exactly a rescue crew, but a repair crew to repair the communications array on Ishimura. And when they get there, they find that the ship is overrun with monsters, with these like alien creatures. So not only is he trying to repair parts of the ship that are going wrong, he's also fighting monsters and looking for his girlfriend, Nicole. And my character, she is going to be on the Ishimura before Isaac and his team get there. So she's going to have first-hand experience dealing with these alien-like creatures. I still like Mallory, because I've been thinking about this fanfic for a couple days, and in my head I've been calling her Mallory. Because this is going to be spoilers. If you haven't either watched a Let's Play of Dead Space or you haven't played Dead Space and you plan on playing it, I'm going to talk about spoilers, so maybe don't watch the rest of the video. But Nicole is dead. She committed unaliving when the monster outbreak first started on the Ishimura, and was dead before the game even started. Which is really sad when you go into the game knowing that. Like, you're not supposed to know that. But halfway through Markiplier's Let's Play, I kind of spoiled it for myself. So my character will eventually be a love interest for Isaac. I don't think this is going to be like a completely like chaptered fanfic. I think it might just be a series of one-shots. This is if I even write it, because I might not. I might just make a character for Dead Space and then not write it. We'll see. Maybe we will stick with Mallory. I don't know what her last name is going to be. Last name list. Sometimes when I choose names, and this doesn't just apply to like fanfic, this also applies to my original works as well when choosing names. Sometimes I like to decide on the letter that the last name is going to start with and go from there. Same with the first name. Sometimes it's just random. So Isaac's last name is Clark, so we don't want to use a C. That's also how my brain works. Mallory Knight. That's nice, because it's still adding in, like, Knight, but it's with a K. Mallory Knight. Sometimes it's really easy like this where finding the name isn't that hard, and then sometimes it takes me literal hours trying to choose fucking names. I still like Mallory Knight. I don't know why, but I like it. So I write on Scrivener now. I used to be a Google Docs girly, but I started seeing a lot of things online like 2 years ago of Google being able to lock you out of your Google Doc account, and that scared the shit out of me because I have years worth of fan fiction in my files and I would be heartbroken if I lost them. So I transferred to Scrivener. I really like it. It's a lot at first. Just a lot to take in, and there's a lot of features on it, but I love it. I love the way you can section everything. It's just, I love it. So we're not gonna put it in Scrivener right now. I'm just gonna do my notes app on my MacBook. I do name. I'll put it up on the screen for you guys what exactly I do. I'm trying to remember the order I do it in. Name, nickname, birthday, height, weight, eye color, and then hair color in some order like that. And then the last thing would be backstory. I have Mallory Knight. I want to call her Mal, like M-A-L. Could call her Lori too. I don't know, maybe Lori. I don't know. I don't know how I like it. Birthday. Birthdays can be kind of random for me because I'm not really into like zodiacs and all of that. So I just need, what year is Dead Space set in? Yeah, so Dead Space is set in 2508. So that's fun. I was just looking at the timeline on the Dead Space fandom wiki page. So it's 2508. What birthday? I need like a birthday generator. You don't need to have all of this sorted before you like plan the actual story, but I just like knowing, especially the name obviously, and then like height, weight, eye color. I don't think I actually usually do weight, now that I'm thinking about it. I think I do height, I don't think I do weight. So scratch out the weight, because I don't think I normally do that now that I'm thinking about it. I haven't made a new character in so long, if I'm being completely honest. So I have to get back into the swing of things. So I'm just gonna use a birthday generator. I think Isaac, who the fucking old is Isaac? It says he's 43. Okay. So if we know math, he's 43. Okay, so the main character of Dead Space, Isaac Clarke, is 43. So we're gonna make her around that age. That's June 19th. I don't mind that. That probably overlaps with another character. I think another fun video that I could do, if you guys want me to, is to talk about all my past fanfic characters. I think that would be really fun, so let me know in the comments if you want me to do that. I think that would be so much fun. Like I said, I have such a deep love for some of my fanfic characters. They hold such a special place in my heart. June 19th. How fucking old do I want to make her? Maybe like 35. So what year was it? It was 2508. So she'd be born in 2473. I'm gonna skip her height for right now, and we're gonna go to eye color. So I haven't really decided what I want her to look like, so we might need to go to Pinterest and look up some face claims. I will be very forward and admit this, I used to use the AI art breeder a couple years ago to make my characters, but I have since educated myself on AI and the harm that it does to the ecosystem in particular, and just how it steals from actual human artists, and I haven't used art breeder in probably over a year, maybe probably 2 years actually. So I just use face claims on Pinterest, which is just faces of actual people. Yeah, so don't use AI. AI is bad. Don't use it. Not even chat GPT. Don't do it. I realize that these face claims aren't exactly going to be how old she is supposed to be, because she's supposed to be like 35. And these are definitely going to show, these are definitely going to be like a little bit younger. I could also just change how old Isaac is. I could do that and make him younger. Sadly, the thing with Pinterest is that it has a lot, when you search face claims, even then you're gonna get AI, so I would just be careful and learn how to spot AI in pictures, because AI has gotten very good at pretending to be real, so I would just be careful. Should I age him down? He might get aged down. They both might get aged down to like 20s, because that'll just work better for me. So he might get aged down. Honestly, in the game, you can't really tell how old he is because he's always wearing a helmet. I'll put up on the screen like what his character looks like. But when you're playing the game, you really don't have a clear view of his face. I will put the picture that I want to use. I'll just put it here. So definitely a little younger, but I think I'm gonna age both of them down. So this is the problem I have. I don't know how to pick. Ooh, I like that one. Is that AI? No, that's a real person, right? No, comment says it is AI, so we're not gonna use that picture. See, I have trouble. Ooh, I think I found it. I think I actually found it this time. Because I was looking for a woman with very like short hair, and I had found a couple, but the one was AI, so that was a no. But I think I found one. Okay, I found face claim that I want to use. It took me a minute because, like I said, on Pinterest there's a lot of AI in it now, which is really sad. So I'd find one and then I'd check the comments and people would be like, that's AI. Because sometimes I can't tell either. So you kind of have to look at the picture for a minute, and then even then if you're not sure, I would always check comments. So I have face claim, so black hair and dark brown eyes. Still don't know how tall she's going to be, but that's fine. Also, I need to change the year she was born. I didn't do that yet. How old do I want her to be? Maybe like 25 instead? Maybe like 25. I don't want to write 40-year-olds. So we're gonna age down Isaac too. Backstory. Though Isaac, he's supposed to be an engineer. Can you be an engineer at 25? Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Backstory for her. So, I haven't played the other game, so this is where it's gonna get a little tricky because I don't have that much information for it. I haven't played the other games. So I'm just kind of going off what I have from the first game. is that there is Earth Gov. The government of Earth is involved, but there's also the CEC, who kind of runs the mining operation of these different planets. So I think I'm gonna say that she was born on a mining colony. I'll come back when I have like somewhat of a backstory for her. Okay, we're back. I did a little bit of backstory. So Mallory was born on a mining colony planet. Her parents were low-income miners who weren't really ready for a child, but Mallory was a happy accident, and they decided that the colony that they were on was well established enough that they could raise her on the planet. Most of Mallory's life was spent on mining colonies. Her parents bounced from job to job, from planet to planet, until eventually they were able to move to the ships, so on the mining decks of planet crackers, where Mallory spent her teen years, her preteen and teen years on these ships. And by the time she was 18, she was able to become a medic because she had a lot more opportunities while working on these ships. And then her parents ended up going back to Earth because they were getting in poor health because of working in the mining industry. So they decided to go back to Earth to essentially retire and find more accommodating jobs than they would be able to on these ships. Now I'm just deciding what kind of personality I want Mallory to have. I feel like, especially for my fanfiction characters, especially the women that I create, I feel like they almost all have the same personality. I could be wrong, but I feel like they're all very similar. I know what kind of characters I like when I write, and so they all kind of have very similar traits. So I'm kind of deciding what kind of traits I want Mallory to have. Who do I want Mallory to be as a person? This video is going to be a little longer than I expected it to be. I yapped a lot. Her backstory could definitely use a little more. I didn't go into a whole lot of detail. There's also a religion in this universe called Unitology. So I'm trying to decide if her parents were Unitologists or not. I'm going to say that they weren't, I think. And maybe I'll change the reason why they went back to Earth. Maybe it had something to do with the church. Maybe they opposed the church so much that it cost them their jobs and they were forced to leave and go back, while Mallory joined the church, not necessarily because she believed in the faith, but because she knew if she didn't, she would be forced back to Earth like her parents. And then I'm going to say a year before our story starts, before Dead Space starts, she joins the Ishimura as a medic working in the medical bay alongside the doctors. So she's, I don't know if like a medic is exactly a thing in this universe. I think it is. She's more of like, I wouldn't say a nurse, maybe closer to like an EMT, where she can do first aid and things like that. She is going to work in the medical bay alongside the doctors. Sometimes they will send her down to the Aegis 7 because that is the planet that the Ishimura is kind of hovering over, and that's the planet that they cracked open. So sometimes they send her down to look after the miners who maybe have been injured and decide if they should be brought back to the ship or not. I think I'm going to leave this video here for now. I know I really haven't done her personality yet and like who she is as a person, but I'm kind of feeling stuck at where I am, and I've been sitting in front of this camera for a while, so I need some time off camera to ruminate on this a little bit more. If you want another video like this, let me know in the comments, and if you want to hear about my other characters from fanfiction, let me know that too. This was a fun video to make. I love getting to talk about fanfiction. It is very near and dear to my heart, so this was really fun. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this video, whether you want more fanfiction content, and if you are a fanfiction writer and what fandom do you write for. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world, and we will talk again soon.